Hello everyone, this is Pal Ponder on Weather coming at you with another video. Today is Sunday, January the 12th, and this is your U.S. weekly forecast for January 12th through the 19th, so you can plan your week ahead. So before I do get started, if you do like weather-related content, please subscribe to my channel as I will upload about 5 videos a week to keep you updated. All right, so let's get started. So here's an overall temperature map, and these are going to be temperatures for Sunday afternoon coming up. And these are high temperatures, folks. So up in Canada, you can see all the Arctic air has been bundled up. I mean, you've got teens below zero for high temperatures. Teens for the Montanas and down into Wyoming, down to about 50 degrees in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. So that's just still slightly below normal. But we've got widespread 20s in Iowa. Looking at 40s into Kentucky, but hanging on to the 20s in upper New England, and then way down to the deep southeast, still that ridge still locking in place with the 70s. As far as precipitation goes, the main story this week is going to be the Northwest, where we've got a lot of precipitation and even a lot of snow coming in off that Northwest flow. So this afternoon, we've got more snow for Washington, into Oregon, upper California, into Montana. We've got a little bit of clipper system coming into Iowa and southern Minnesota, but those rain showers are still hanging on from those severe thunderstorms that we've had over the weekend down in the southeast. But for Monday morning, we can still see that Arctic air bundled up, teens and 20s, even almost 30 degrees below zero up in Canada, but widespread 20s in like Seattle and Oregon and places like Portland, where I think you're actually going to even see some snow this year. I think this week, you only average about 3 inches of snow a year in Portland. I think about 7 in Seattle. So both of you guys, I think, are going to be seeing some snow this upcoming week. But you can start to see those below zero temperatures starting to filter into Montana, widespread 20s in the upper Midwest, 43 in Dallas, still hanging on to the 70s in the deep South, and then widespread 20s up in New England and 30s in Indiana and Ohio. But for Monday morning, as far as the precipitation goes, again, pockets of snow off those colder temperatures with more precipitation. And then a little clipper system that's going to come through, Michigan and Wisconsin and Michigan. And then again, more rain showers for the southeast, where I think you're going to get a lot more rain, unfortunately, this week. But for Tuesday morning, again, you can see those cold. I mean, it's going to be cold in Canada this week. Gosh, again, those below zero, you're not going to get above zero all week long. But it's starting to filter in the United States, so it's making that slow push into Montana, where you're starting to see those below zero temperatures when you wake up, into Wyoming and Colorado getting into the teens now, and starting to see that first initial kind of a transition week. We're in that transition week where I'm thinking we're going to have that changeover around the 19th or 20th. So at the end of this week, after this week, it really starts to make a difference. But we've got, again, widespread 30s in the Ohio Valley, and those 70s hanging on in the southeast. But again, more snow for you guys in the Northwest coming up on Tuesday morning. The little clipper system, more snow for Minnesota and Wisconsin. Again, more rain for you guys in the southeast. So we just won't let up. But on Wednesday morning, again, it's just a slow process where we start to see even those below zero temperatures starting to filter in even further south now, starting to entrench into Wyoming, starting to get into the Dakotas and into South Dakota and upper Minnesota. But again, widespread 20s up in Washington and Oregon and parts of upper California, even into Nevada now. But it's going to be dry for you guys in the central part of the United States here, up in New Mexico and Arizona areas. But we've got widespread 60s. These are, above normal temperatures again, and into the deep South. Widespread 60s hanging on in the southeast. But we see that cold front coming in for midweek. That's going to slowly make that transition south. But as far as precipitation goes for Wednesday morning, again, more snow showers for the Northwest, a little clipper systems coming in for the Dakotas, and more snow showers for the upper New England coast. But for Wednesday afternoon, again, we're kind of making that transition of that cold front, so you can kind of see some of those colder temperatures trying to infiltrate in down into the southern states. And for the precipitation, again, more snow coming in for Minnesota and into Wisconsin, and another system bringing more snow showers for Seattle area, where again I think you're going to be getting probably a couple inches of snow this week, but a lot of snow up in the mountain regions, and I'll show you the snow totals at the end of the video. But for Thursday afternoon, we can kind of see that mini cold front coming in and filtering much of the United States. It's kind of a teaser front, so I'm not really expecting anything drastic this week, but widespread 70s hanging on for the Southwest. But 57 is your normal high temperature for the Dallas-Fort Worth area for this time of year. And then we got widespread 30s for places like Chicago and Indiana and the Ohio Valley into Pennsylvania. And with that little clipper system hanging on, some teens showing up for New England. But for as far as the precipitation goes, we've got more rain showers coming in with that little cold front for Texas. So expecting more rain. We've got a little clipper system. It's going to bring some snow, more snow for New England, bringing in the western PA into New York and to the upper New England close. And then again, more snow showers for you guys in the Northwest. But for Friday afternoon, kind of a little bit of a rebound here, where we've got that another stronger, even make that transition front coming in for the Northwest, starting to get some below zero high temperatures now for Montana, and widespread 60s and 70s hanging on for the South is kind of that last hurrah before those colder temperatures really start to settle in for the deep South. But as far as the precipitation goes, again, off that cold front, we've got another system that I'm thinking is going to really affect the Northeast coast later on early next week, but bringing more snow for Montana and parts of the Dakotas and parts of the Dakotas, Minnesota, and into Wisconsin, and bringing more rain showers for the South, and again more snow for you guys up in Seattle for Saturday morning. But then we can kind of see those cold temperatures really start to entrench off that cold front. And now for Saturday morning, we're starting to see lows start dipping into the single digit below zero temperatures, even teens below zero temperatures in Montana and upper North Dakota, and start to infiltrate into South Dakota, making that push into Iowa, and eventually going to be affecting the Northeast coast. And you can see more snow coming off that cold front, bringing more snow for Minnesota and Wisconsin, and even some ice and western PA. So be definitely looking out for that. And I'll be fine-tuning this system throughout the week as this really starts to develop. But by Sunday morning, you can definitely see that transition. This will be next Sunday, but for the 19th. Starting to see that Arctic air really starting to make a really good surge into the United States, now bringing widespread teens below zero in parts of the Dakotas and South Dakota, Minnesota, pretty much the entire state, and Wisconsin. Now we're starting to get infiltrated into northern Iowa below zero, and even into Chicago might be below zero by this time next week. And you can see 34 for Dallas, which would be right at just a little bit below normal for you guys. But this is just kind of getting going for single digits in Indiana and Ohio. And as this system really starts to crank up for the Northeast, and I stopped this for this is next Sunday morning, so it kind of really gets going after that. But by next Sunday morning, we've got snow showers in Pennsylvania and New York, and all up at the New England coast, and little spritzes of us more snow for the Northwest. But overall precipitation for this week, we've got a lot of precip, and you can kind of see the chart on the right-hand side. We've got 3 and 4 inch, 5 inch amounts for the West Coast, all up into upper California, off the Northwest coast, and even into Washington, and again off that where those warmer temperatures off the southeast ridge, bringing more 2, 3, 4 inch rain amounts for the southeast, and a lot of moisture to work with when that cold air kind of filters in for the New England coast to eventually change over to snow. And you can kind of see this where, again, the main story this week that's going to steal a lot of the headlines is going to be the Northwest, where places like Seattle are going to be getting, like 3 to 4 inches of snow this week, if not more. And even Portland, where I think you're only averaging about 3 inches of snow, we'll actually see some snow showers. But you can kind of see up in the mountain regions, gosh, we're starting to see 2 to 3 feet of snow. And as this filters into Washington and Idaho and then into Oregon, more snow with 6 to 12 inches for you guys. But again, stopping about the mountain regions, so I'm not really expecting it to make it like into Denver and places. But all this snow is being picked up by Saturday and next Sunday, as that stronger cold front, Arctic front, pushes in, bringing more snow for Minnesota and to Wisconsin and to Michigan and clipping upstate Indiana and Ohio. But again, I think for you guys up in the Ohio Valley, it's just going to be the following week we're going to really start to see those colder temperatures and more snow chances, but more confined for New England coast. Like I said, I stopped this for next Sunday, so we're going to be watching this bigger system, and I'm thinking it's going to be coming in for the Mid-Atlantic states and New England throughout the week, and definitely be watching for these higher snow amounts for the Northwest. So that kind of gives you an idea of how this week's going to play out for the 12th through the 19th. I appreciate you guys watching, and definitely like this video and share with your friends on social media, and definitely subscribe to my channel and catch me in the next video where I protect you before and after the storm.